place a bet wins, get paid out. Why isn't it that simple? So last week we looked at hole-in-one no in the US Masters. We priced fair odds about 2.2. The market ranged from about 2.5 up to 2.8. The exchange at 2.82. Sky bet out there at 9-4. And there was no hole-in-one in the Masters. The wind had something to do with it. We didn't look at the wind. We looked at other things. Doesn't really matter how we calculated it, because come Monday morning, you expect to look in your accounts or go to the shop and get paid out. And what happens? The money's not there. In fact, weirdly, it's been voided. How you void a hole-in-one, yes or no, I don't know, other than, well, Betfred said it was a palpable error. The price was wrong. Now, Betfred were 2.8. They cut it to 2.5. So 2.5 was bottom of the market. The exchange was 2.82. Sky Bet were 9-4. And Betfred said that these were palpable errors, these prices. This happened to anyone that was on this bet at Betfred online and in shop. Of course, we started to complain. There was a bit of confusion, a lot of time spent with, staff on the phone, to traders, to customer services. Didn't really make sense, the feedback that we had. After enough time had passed, we were told that there had been a system-wide error and the bet had been settled incorrectly because Gary Woodland got a hole-in-one in the par 3 contest on Wednesday. Now, one, the par 3 contest is nothing to do with the US Masters. Two, there are lots of holes-in-one in the par 3 contest because they set the flags up and they only play par 3s. It'd be like 500 to 1 for there not to be a hole-in-one in that tournament. Three, how do they not know that the par 3 tournament isn't part of the US Masters? But 4 mistakes happen. And we all make mistakes. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. Big companies like Betfred with all of their bets can make mistakes. There's just something that doesn't smell quite right about this. You see, if Gary Woodland had hit a hole-in-one, the bet would be a loser. It wouldn't be void. Was anyone on the bet the other side? The yes hole-in-one. Did you get paid? And was that then subsequently reversed? I'd love to know. Because, if it smells like bad juju and it looks like bad juju, then I'm just saying it's not impossible that Betfred may have taken an unusual amount of money on one side of this bet. Maybe they always take money on the yes. This time they took it on the no. And they woke up to see their profit loss. And instead of deciding it was going to be void on Thursday, they went for it on Monday. Poor form. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Doesn't smell right. I'd like to think better of people. Not everybody is a bad actor all of the time. It's just this one doesn't add up. And I think a lot of improvement here could be made in the communication when palping and voiding bets. If they said at the beginning, we're palping it because Gary Woodland got a hole-in-one in the par 3 contest, at least we would understand why and we could argue against it. But it's the whole, we're going to give you limited information. We're palping it because our T's and C's say so. That starts to get people riled. Also causes a bit of anxiety. Are we going to get our money? Are we not? A little bit of anxiety I had from the weekend. I went golfing on my golf shield. The Manor House down at Castle Combe. There is a par 3 second hole, about 165 yards. I hit it to within 2.5 feet, and that's closer to a hole-in-one than I've ever been in my life. And I walked off with a 4.